The Lakers have a golden opportunity as a former All-Star has become available. We're going to talk about who that player is, why he's available, and if the Lakers can land him, and if he can be the missing piece to a championship run for the Los Angeles Lakers. And welcome to Lakers Digest here, guys. My name is Hunter Pitcoff. We cover everything surrounding your Los Angeles Lakers. If you are new to the channel, we appreciate the support. We appreciate you guys tapping in, tuning in. But all we ask is if you are a fan of the content and you are not subscribed, stop what you're doing right now and just hit that subscribe button, because almost 90% of you guys who are watching our videos over the past month are not subscribed. So if you are liking the content, you're coming back, all we ask is to click that subscribe button. It means the world to us, and then it means the world too. You can reach that platinum status with our channel and say you were here first before the bandwagon really takes off, because trust me, we got a whole lot of momentum coming on here as we cover everything surrounding your Los Angeles Lakers. But guys, I don't want to keep you waiting too much longer here. Let's just get into today's video. Don't call it a comeback. Don't call it a comeback. No, the young kids aren't going to know that LL Cool J quote. That's even before my time a little bit. But here is what a former All-Star had to say about his prospects coming back into the NBA. That's none other than Victor Oladipo saying, quote, "I am not retiring. It's just not what I'm doing right now. I got a ton left in the tank." Now, Victor Oladipo said that on his podcast. So letting the world know that he ain't done yet. And it's crazy to think because he's really not that old. He's in his early 30s. And this is somebody who really progressed a lot. He was a former number 2 overall pick in the 2013 NBA draft. Got traded from the Magic to the Oklahoma City Thunder. Ends up getting traded from there to the Indiana Pacers. That's where we saw Victor Oladipo really blossom and play his best basketball, where he was a multi-time All-Star, but injuries have killed his career. Had a season-ending injury with, I believe, a torn quad back in 2019, and then his recent stint with the Miami Heat back in 2023. The last time he has played in a basketball game, he tore a left patellar tendon. So he's had multiple season-ending injuries here, and that's a big reason why Victor Oladipo can never really sustain that level we saw back in the 2018-2019 season for the Indiana Pacers. But that does not mean necessarily that Victor Oladipo cannot return and become at least a respectable player, even if he isn't that all-star caliber two-way guard that we once saw. And in fact, to give some more context as well, this article came out last month in regards to Victor Oladipo's trainer talking about how there's been leaps and progression in Oladipo's numbers. He's down 14 pounds, and he has improved his speed, saying, quote, "Vic is making every sacrifice possible for me as his trainer, seeing that is, he wants it. He wants to be with a team that can go in and win a ring. Of course, he wants to get his minutes. We're praying he gets put in the right situation where he's going to get time because he's going to be ready to go. He's just as explosive, if not more, than what we saw him in 2017. So his trainer, of course, look, this is almost a spokesman right now. He's obviously going to say good things about Victor Oladipo. He's not going to be negative. We do need to take that in consideration. But there was a couple interesting things there that we're going to dive into a little bit more here in this video about Victor Oladipo, his current status. Because, again, we have not seen him play basketball in almost 2 years. 2 trips around the sun was pretty much the last time we saw Oladipo play some basketball. And, of course, guys, we're going to break that all down. But let's bring it up to the final point here, guys, because, look, this is a Lakers channel. Is he the missing piece? Can this be the guy that the Lakers target, bring him in, give him a second opportunity in the NBA, and perhaps pay off big dividends in Victor Oladipo? Because what does Victor Oladipo bring? Now, we don't know what he's necessarily going to bring because we haven't seen him play in a long time, but we can at least look at what he has done in the past here. And somebody who has had a very, very successful career. Again, his most recent stint was with the Miami Heat for about 3 years there. And even before the injury back in April of 2023, was averaging 10 points per game, was shooting, below 40%, 33% from 3. Not particularly great numbers for Victor Oladipo there. But, the 3.5 assists. But you look at, where he was at his peak back with the Indiana Pacers when he was a 2-time All-Star, was averaging 22 points per game or 23 points per game, 18 points per game, Even when he came back in 2020 or the 2021 season, got that scoring back up to about 19 points per game, almost 20, and was really actually playing some really good basketball for the Pacers. Played some good basketball for the Houston Rockets as well, averaging 21 points per game. But again, guys, it's really just been the injuries that has just destroyed Victor Oladipo's career. But even in his down minutes, guys, like, he's still playing pretty well, and he's only 32 years old. Like, this is somebody who, at his age, can still be, in theory, a really good player for a team. This is someone who's very dynamic with the ball in their hands, not a great shooter, so that does kind of bring the question, does he make sense for the Lakers? But he's known to be a good player on both ends of the floor, someone who can attack the basket, really good pull-up shooter, and somebody who can give you some scoring punch off the bench. If you're the Los Angeles Lakers as well, they have a chance to buy out one more player, either like a Cam Reddish, it could be a Shake Milton, and give Victor Oladipo a chance. Those guys aren't going to play anyway. You might as well swing for the fences. Go for a guy in Oladipo that you never know could perhaps help you win a playoff game or something. Or if something bad happens to an Austin Reaves or a Gabe Vincent, right? Now your guard depth not very good. And I know they got Dalton Knecht, not really quite the same player as Oladipo. Knecht's more of a shooter. Oladipo's more of a driver. And I think Oladipo could be a really nice depth piece perhaps for the Lakers. Now, they clearly need big men. If there's a big man who they are feeling confident in, that is definitely going to be what the Lakers are probably going to target, whether it's bringing up Christian Koloko from a two-way contract, bringing up Trey Jemison from a two-way contract, or adding somebody else. And that even includes the fact that they already added Alex Len. Like, they still, in my opinion, need to find a legitimate center, whatever that definition might be, before, if possible. But if they can't, and Victor Oladipo comes back and they run their physical on him, and they don't fail him like they did with Mark Williams, but he actually is a healthy player, then, and everything this trainer of his, Alexander, is saying is true, then Oladipo could be a really nice fit. And let's also bring up that quote one more time for what his trainer is saying here, because he said a very important thing. He wants to be with a team that can go in and win a ring. So right now, yes, he wants minutes, but he wants to be in the right situation where he's playing meaningful basketball. And that's what the Lakers need right now, right? They are playing meaningful basketball. This is a team that is legitimately trying to compete, trying to win a championship. That is the type of team that Victor Oladipo wants to play in. And there's not going to be a lot of pressure for him to be insane right away, because they have LeBron, they got Luka, they got Austin Reaves, Gabe Vincent, Dalton Knecht. Like, they have good guard depth to begin with, but he does bring something a little bit different that those guys don't necessarily bring. So let me know down below in the comments, what do you guys think about Victor Oladipo, him potentially being a Los Angeles Laker? Is this a good fit? Is this something that the Lakers should consider and go after? Or do you think the Lakers should stay away and target a different player and or a different position? And guys, we are heading to 16,000 subscribers, more than halfway there from the 15K, and yet a lot of you guys are still not subscribed. In fact, 90% of you guys watching the videos are not subscribed. So all we ask, if you've watched all the way through this video, you like what you're watching, and you're not subscribed, stop what you're doing right now. Hit that subscribe button. It's free. It don't cost you a dime. You can keep up with everything we got going on here. We cover reports, rumors, games, everything in between. We got you covered here on Lakers Digest. And while we are in full swing now, we're back from All-Star break. We've been working through the All-Star break, and I promise you guys, we'll be working through the rest of the season, the rest of the playoffs, and beyond here on Lakers Digest.